What is up, YouTube? So today I'm going to go ahead and stream the original Final Fantasy VII. And hopefully you all enjoy. I'm going to try to get this complete before I completely finish the Final Fantasy VII trilogy, which, I mean, I should have ample time to take care of that throughout Retro Week. But, we'll find out. So this particular video is going to be released once a week, or not once a week, but once every retro week. So once every retro week, we're looking at about once every 4 weeks. And that's because I am on call at my day job, and I will not be able to stream. So I will be releasing this video once every 4 weeks. If you guys want it more than that, then I will happily engage, but if not, we'll go from there. Don't need to know the controls, but if you look down there, you get like 3 times speed, battle boosts, and no encounter on the bottom of the screen. We're not going to use that for this playthrough. I mean, maybe the 3 times speed, but not the battle boost or the no encounter. The 3 times speed is particularly good for like farming and stuff like that. So, but the other 2 are just kind of meh. I'm not going to talk for the cutscenes aside from right now, so. I lied. I might add a little bit of commentary just to avoid potential copyright type deals, because I want to be able to upload this video without any real issues. I can't imagine that I'd get in too much trouble for it, but we'll find out. So we'll be playing through the original Midgar section for this first run. I'm going to try to do it as quickly as possible, so. I know this game like the back of my hand, so it shouldn't take me too long, but it might take me a while. Sometimes I forget about the longer segments of the beginning. So the first, 5 hours of this game is basically just the tutorial phase, while you're in Midgar. Not much of a tutorial, but, you know. So it cut the music out, so that's fine. So it must be in, streamer mode. So I guess I don't have to talk through the cutscenes. But yeah, so let's see. Just to make sure. Let's go with the configure. Ah, dang it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can turn that on. I don't want to turn it on too loud, though. Alright. Hopefully you guys can hear it. Let me check these levels real quick. I don't want this to be taken down or struck down, so I don't want to turn the volume up too terribly loud, but we'll find out. So yes, it is a turn-based game for anyone that doesn't know. But it's a wonderful turn-based game. Maybe not right off the rip. It takes a while to really kind of get into the swing of it, but it's like one of the only turn-based games I actually like. This one and Wild Arms 2. I didn't catch your name. Cloud, or what should we call him? Yeah, we'll just stick with the original names for now. I don't want to be too silly. I'll be a little silly. Oh, too silly. Yeah, maybe. I used to name Barrett Duchess. Maybe I should read the word. Nah, I don't want to swear. So that maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, that'd probably be a bad idea. Because I'm trying to keep this channel under not swearing too much. Under strict guidelines to not swear. And I'm really bad at that, just FYI. So I'm probably going to let some slip, but I'm going to actively try to avoid it. I swear like a freaking sailor sometimes. All the time. I can't help it. And I don't know what it was. Because I used to never... Not that I'm against her, I think less of anything, but, you know... I'm trying to be a good role model for my son, and I know that he sometimes watches my videos, so... He's like 7 years old. So, you know. Don't really want him going to school swearing like a sailor. You're like, well, my daddy said it. Well, my poppy, he told me you can go ahead and say whatever you want. That's what he sounds like. Yeah, if, in the future, if you guys want me to, you know, let these subtitles play out a little bit longer, let me know. I'll try to, but it's forced a habit at this point. I tend to just skim on through them. Now, I haven't played this game in about 4 years. I mean, I used to play it all the daggone time. So, I don't really need to remember too terribly much, but sometimes I might forget specific things you gotta do, so just so you know. My memory is one of those things that's like, if I don't use it every day, within 2 years I forget everything about it. I mean, probably honestly within a few months, because I played Rebirth, and I already forgot most of that by the time I was done playing it. It's good. I like Rebirth, but I can't quite remember all the interesting new things they added. It didn't stick with me like the original game has. Still really good. It was a huge improvement over Remake. You could tell that they listened to the fans, and it's much appreciated, in my opinion. Now, there's some people that think otherwise. Some people think it was a crap game, and I don't know. I really enjoyed it. Like, I played through the entire thing, and I just had a blast. You know, you could tell that they really refined the combat mechanics and thought things through this time around. There were new things that they introduced to, you know, reinvigorate the combat system. And I think they're going to do the same thing for Part 3. Part 3 is going to be even smoother, even better. Like, really, really deliver. Like, it seems like they're really on it. And especially with them, like, actually going to make the airship something you can physically travel around in, that's going to be fun. That's all I've ever wanted. Because I hated it whenever they went to, Final Fantasy X. They have the airship, but you can't actually fly around in it. Like, you can't visit the entire world. And I understand why they did that. It was just limited back in the day. You didn't have the options that you've got now. So, I get it. Now, I could sit here and grind for a while and just, like, really get the limit breaks going. Like, I could level up the limit breaks and whatnot, that cycle through all that stuff, get the late game. I could leave this reactor with finishing touch, and I would be fine with that. I've done it a few times, but it just, I've already made the claim that I'm not gonna use anything like the God mode mechanic or anything like that, so I mean, we're just not gonna do that. I might do a playthrough where I grind and get the stuff before I leave this, but yeah, I better use that. I could have just skipped Barrett and gone over to Cloud, but I'd rather just get these limit breaks juiced up. Because ultimately it doesn't really matter. So if anyone was watching my Final Fantasy VII Remake stream, this is where you would fight the Scorpion. So it looks way different here than it does in the the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I like it. Either way. I like this, like the look of this one better. It just looks a lot more, I don't know, it just looks cooler to me. It doesn't look as neat and clean as remakes did. Kind of give that cyberpunk oppressed people feel, like they don't really, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Don't worry about me. I'm just trying to think of things to say as I go. I'm very bad at talking and playing at the same time. Right. Monster Hunter Wilds is installed. So I have never played Monster Hunter games. Well, I mean, I've played a Monster Hunter game, but I didn't like it. I think it was the last one. I don't remember. I've got it in here somewhere. But, yeah, I didn't like it. So I decided not to ever play it again. Well, now I'm just kind of curious, because I hear that it's really good. Apparently good enough for newcomers. Like, I guess it helps them out and understand it a little bit better, like what it's about. More fun for them. So I'm gonna give that a go, and if I enjoy that, I'll go back and I'll play the other ones eventually. Alright, so you don't want to attack while its tail's up. Which, there's going to be an attack. He's going to counterattack, so I'm going to use this time to heal. Because I screwed up. Taking damage in this game is basically unavoidable until you get into, like, later stages of the game where you can really manipulate the materia system. And just FYI, I love the materia system. It is the epitome of a great magic system. I think that's the perfect magic system in my opinion. I mean, maybe there's people that don't like it, but I love it. I mean, you got to get into it and whatnot, but it's so fun. Like, I can get into a battle with the super boss of the game, like Ruby weapon, Emerald weapon, all that stuff. Enter the fight and not even have to worry about dying. Like, I just go in, I set my controller down, I walk into the kitchen, I make me a sandwich, I can eat it, come back, Ruby or Emerald, gone. Done. Don't even have to, like, touch it at all. It's just, it's a great system. You can just mess around with it, you can do fun things. Alright, so we only have 10 minutes to escape, so, you know, you don't want to dally, you don't want to take your time. Oh no! My time's already gone. So I used to save right there every single time that I'd come down here. I had a hard time with that scorpion at the beginning, whenever I first started playing this game, whenever I was like my son's age. But I stopped. I always saved it there multiple times, and I would ruin my file, apparently. I didn't realize you could ruin your file by saving it, and I didn't know that that's what was causing it. I got all the way to the very end of the game, and I saved in the same save spot, or save place, right at the very end in the northern crater, and ruined the file. Level 56, I think. It was early. It was my first time reaching the end of the game. The file got ruined and I had to go and do it again. I was unhappy about that. Very unhappy about that. I was so unhappy about it I didn't play this game for 3 days. But then I knew it and how to get everywhere. Oh, she's broken. She was just kind of floating up the ladder. That is the first time I've ever seen that. That's weird. Gotta get that preemptive on him as fast as possible. Do that extra damage. Not that you necessarily need it, I guess, but, you know. As a general rule. I think 10 minutes is way too much time for this. I mean, I guess it's just to add to the suspense. It's not really that it's supposed to be a challenge. But because I'm already out. Like, as soon as I walk down through this door over here, it's done. I'm not going to try to collect every item through this playthrough either. So, critical hit. Uh-oh. I love the soundtrack for this game. Just about every single song in this entire game, I could listen to it all day. So that would be Chapter 1 of Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's the entire Chapter 1. It was obviously stretched longer, but they added a few extra things in there, which was fine. And I'll show you where Chapter 2 ends. So this is obviously the beginning of Chapter 2. want my money. Give me my money. Loveless. Over the years, they really capitalized on what that actually was, and they did a pretty good job in Rebirth with, like, really throwing that in. But Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, if nobody has played that, do it. Do it. Yeah, just get out of here. Leave. Now, there's a relationship skill point or point system in this game. I don't tend to follow it. I just kind of do whatever I want to do in the moment. Now, you can get through this without having to fight any of these guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and fight them. So, and so for anyone that tuned in and watched my stream, or like even has played Final Fantasy VII Remake, this is the Chapter 2 finale right here. This is where you fight the Huntsman. And that's the end of Chapter 2. Just to put it into perspective of how much they actually expanded on the game. Because it took me about an hour and a half to get through both Chapters 1 and 2 in the remake. So, they definitely added in a good portion of stuff, so it was a fun time. Fun time. It would take a lot longer for me to get through here if I was just like reading everything. But since I'm not doing that, you know. I'm just trying to get through Midgar because once you get out of Midgar, that's when the game actually starts. Like right now, you're just on a set linear path. I mean, you're kind of on a set linear path for most of the game, but you have options. You can kind of go around and do things in different orders. Barrett, that Mr. T looking dude. Oh man. He was just so much better in the original. Nothing against the voice actor. I think the voice actor did really good in Remake. I just think that his character was less intense. Like, he didn't have that strong presence like Barrett does in the original. Like, nothing against any of the voice actors. I think all the voice actors for the remake are actually really good. I just think that they were kind of given some weak writing. Sometimes it seems like they recorded in separate rooms rather than in the same room. So they couldn't really feed off of each other's input. Which I think is generally what voice actors do anymore. Oh, stop it, you. Let me get over here. I want to talk to you. They put her in a weird spot to try to get to sometimes. But, like, voice acting, putting everyone in their own room and whatnot, and, like, kind of letting them read the script and get it situated. That's all well and good, but you lose some of the camaraderie, some of the personability. So it kind of gets... It feels like they didn't react correctly to a question or a statement or anything like that. So that's what the feel or the vibe I get from it. Not saying that I'm necessarily, my word's not law, but That's just my thoughts on it. How's the volume? Do I need to turn the volume up or down? Is it good where it's at? I'll turn it down a little bit. Because I don't want to like get this recording going and then realize that it's just up way too high. I didn't do a test recording for any of this, so might be a thing. Alright. Yeah, they made Jessie a flirt in remake. I mean, I guess she's kind of a flirt in the original, but not really much. So yeah, the entire beginning of this game focuses around just attacking Shinra. There's like nothing to do with like the planet being at stake aside from, you know, just environmental type stuff. Which is kind of like the planet's at stake, and he's got a point, but the opening right here is just the small picture of what's going to happen. But Midgar is so cool. City on a plate. I love that. If at any point I've got to stop recording, I'll merge the two videos together so it'll just stay together, but you guys might see some moments where it seems like it's obviously clipped together. Maybe I'll like glitch from right here to right here, something like that. Alright, let's go meet back at the hideout. Let's go, go, go. Go, go, go. Now, there's some chapters in the remake that just aren't in this original game. So, for anyone that just knows the remake, you know, you're gonna be let down if you liked those additional levels, but I'm gonna be completely frank with you, they were completely just fluff. Like, they had no storytelling purpose at all, which is why I disliked them. There's three prominent levels that come to mind. One being where they revisit this sector after the plate issue. One in the train graveyard, and one right before that in the sewers. I think the sewers was completely unnecessary. But the train graveyard kind of makes sense because that was a little bit of a longer section in the original. Like, it wasn't like long by any stretch of the imagination, but sometimes I would get frustrated with the amount of combat or battles you'd get into. But it was never long. But it just felt like it overstayed its welcome. They did like a whole sub-story. And the remake with the ghosts and everything. Which... It just messed with the pacing of the game is all. Like you're supposed to feel like a general sense of dread, like, oh crap, they're about to drop the plate on this sector, you know. But it's they're running there and they're just like, well, they've got this thing going on, but I mean, we'll get there. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. They'll wait until we get there. Yeah, I didn't like the feeling of it. It should have, if that was, if they wanted to still do those stories, they should have given the reason why they still had to go do all that extra stuff. Like, we gotta hurry up, we gotta get there to, help with the plate issue, but it was like at some point they forgot that they were even doing that and remembered at the very end. They're like, oh, wait, we gotta go. So Cloud's a cocky dude in this, but I mean he's pretty cocky in the remake as well. I kind of liked that, but he was a lot more long-winded in the original. When you make or whenever you remake a game that's so beloved by many fans, you're gonna get comparisons. So anyone that has a problem with me comparing the remake to the original is, that's what I'm gonna do. You can have whatever to say about it. That's fine. Just because I say that there are some things I didn't like about the remake doesn't mean that I dislike it. But there are things that I wish that they would have kept from the original that they did away with, and some things that I was fine with. But I will be making direct comparisons. Like, it's just kind of the way of the world. It's gonna happen. There was a lot that I liked about the remake, though. There really was. A lot of it was pure nostalgia, but now, like, the biggest thing for me is going back into it and, like, having to replay it and everything. Like, how do I feel playing it now? Whenever I first played it, I was so excited and happy with it. And now I go back and I play it and it feels like a chore. It's got fun combat and all that stuff, but like Midgar was always my least favorite section of the game. But yeah. Let's see here. My dog's barking upstairs. I might have to stop this recording and see what's going on. Let me pause it actually. Oh, is it recording that whole time or? Okay. Alright, I think it's... If it was recording that whole time, I apologize. It said that it was paused, but it might have unpaused. Alright. I did think it was weird in the remake hearing Cloud young. It felt a little weird. Pretty sure it was the same voice actor, but he was just trying to have like a kiddie voice, or they edited his voice or something. It just sounded strange. But, I mean, what do you expect, right? I mean, they're doing the best with what they got. just wonder how they're going to treat the final installment. I'm predicting they're going to name it Reunion, and I think everyone else already predicted that, but like, that's the only thing that makes sense to me, because Reunion is such a huge thing in this game. If it's not Reunion, I don't know what they would do, or what I'd do. It'd blow my mind. If it's not Reunion, then I'm gonna say that, like, if they named it Final Fantasy VII re whatever, like, it's gonna be something like re something, and then Final Fantasy. Let's see. Let me finish my thought here. Okay. So in the third installment, if it's not Final Fantasy VII Reunion, then I'm gonna say that they're gonna leave another cliffhanger and it's gonna go into a part 4. That's my thoughts. Is they're gonna push the game a little bit further if it's not called Final Fantasy VII Reunion. I know that they've kind of like discussed it being a trilogy, but that might be a way to kind of like blow people's minds, make it a lot longer than it's, currently is. Or they might even stretch it into Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, maybe. That would be cool. Like, have a story element or like a DLC or something that stretches into Advent Children. I'd be cool with that. Okay. The only reason I'm explaining this or like going through the tutorial is because he gives you the materia. If you don't do the tutorial, he doesn't give you the materia. Unless I'm wrong on that. Unless I am completely misremembering, but I've always done this just so I can get that materia. Not that you really need it, but maybe you could go buy it. It's an overly complicated tutorial for as simple as it is. But they wanted to make sure that they covered their bases for you. That's fine. Let's see, one of these stats you don't have to worry about at all. I think it's... Let me see here. Yeah, there's certain stats that it just does not matter. Like, it's just one. Like, it literally doesn't do anything. Like, they forgot about it or something. It's a red herring. Okay, let's get out of the tutorial. Yeah. I was sad to see that Barrett just knew how to use materia really well right off the rip. I would have loved to see him like struggle to learn how to use it. That would have been some good character specific stuff. Alright, so let's see. If we look at... Let's see, it was... I think it was magic defense percent. Yeah, I think it was magic defense percent is completely useless. Da 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 da. Alright, so always get at least a fire. I'm gonna get another lightning. I'm gonna sell. I nearly never use those. Generally don't have to use those, but I'm not gonna sell them either. Shouldn't need any potions. Yeah, I'll keep those just in case. I'm not gonna sell any of those. I'm gonna buy. Get one more restore or no? Nah. I'm gonna get some armaments. Now, if you came in here before you went into the Avalanche headquarters, he would have told you to come back today. Let's see. Talk to these guys. Give me just a second. Alright, and I'm back. What do you want to know? I'm not going to look at any of these. That's all the time I have. I don't need to know any of that. Take that all materia. You want all materia. All is terrific. I'm going to sell that ether. I don't think there's anything up there in the hotel for me. I think that's just to rest up, which you don't need to do. Yeah, I'll get that. Alright, how many should I get? I've already got the assault gun for him, so I don't need to get that. So let's just do 3 of those. And I'm going to keep the rest of that money. Give her some lightning. And fire. Yeah, I'm going to get him some stuff going on here. I'm going to get him... I'll get him some fire. I'll get him some lightning. No, I'll get him some fire. And then I'll get him a restore, because restore is great. Now I'll keep the rest of that money. Sometimes I can't make up my mind, so just deal with me. Kind of play things differently every time whenever I play this game. I don't have a set way of going about it. Kind of create my own challenges for the most part. So the train graveyard is to the right over there, whenever you come in. Let me see if I hit this. Yo! I just like how Barrett has something to say with everyone every single time. I loved his character so much. I feel like they did him a huge disservice. Like, they kind of got into it a little bit, but it felt a little forced. Again, nothing on the voice actor side. I think it was all writing. I do like how Barrett's more personable, but I don't like how he's more personable early on. Because it shows in this game how Barrett actually has a pretty big heart, but you gotta get your way in there, work your way in there first. He's been kind of bamboozled quite a bit. So, but once you're in there, you're in there. And I also think, never mind. I'm gonna hold off on that. I'll try to stay out of too much of Rebirth's story until I run through a game on that, or run through a playthrough on that for the channel. Let you know my thoughts right before the third part comes out. Because I will be putting that stuff out like crazy. I'll probably even do another run through of all the games until in preparation for when the part 3 comes out. So I'm thinking it's sometime 2026 is when it's supposed to come out. But it would be terrific if it was the end of this year. That would be amazing, but it's probably not. Just FYI. Actually, now that I think about it, I might have misread some of the information. It might actually be later than that. Which wouldn't be surprising, but they already have a lot of the story. I think all the story already written for it, and it's already underway and everything. But yeah, I'm on my way. I don't remember what he takes from you, but he took something. I think it was just like some gil or something like that. Yeah, he took 200 gil, looks like. Come on, let's go. I like the, it's not really a power struggle or a power dynamic between these guys, but Barrett was always claiming himself as the leader, and at the end of Midgar, they make Cloud the leader. I really wish they would have done the same thing in Remake and Rebirth. Like, just shown that Barrett understands that he doesn't really make a good leader. Not necessarily because he's a bad person, he's just not the guy for the job, and he takes onus over it. He wants to be the leader. He's just not fit for it. He's too hot-headed about things. So, when I originally played this game, I had no idea which way I should have been going. Up that way or back that way. So obviously I chose back that way. I probably won't play this game all the way to the end of Midgar. Not right. Maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. I'll do it really. I haven't decided because I've still got 4 other videos I need to record today. So. That's a personal thing for me. Because I want to be able to upload every day for you guys. Alright. Let's see, go ahead and do that. Let's just go ahead and stick with regular attacks. So you don't need materia on your characters. I mean, it would be helpful to at least have restore materia on everyone, like be able to cure people, but I mean, generally speaking, you really don't need it because your attack should be pretty sufficient. Though materia is helpful almost every time. Yeah, like materia is very helpful. It's just not necessary for everything. And once you really level up your characters, they're basically gonna be perfect just the way they are. Like you're basically only gonna be using like supplemental, like support materia and stuff like that. Which that stuff's terrific. Like HP up, MP up. I mean, some characters need MP up, like Aerith. It's really good for her, and magic up and stuff like that for her. Like she's a character you almost always want materia on. But all the other ones, they're kind of more a physical combat type deal. Think of Aerith like the white mage. Daggone smoggers. But yeah, it's good to get familiar with your characters, what they can and can't do. Like Cloud, he can't attack flying enemies. Like, he just misses them every single time. But in those situations, it's good to have materia. But, again, not necessary. He can support the group in other ways if you don't have materia on. It's usually good to at least have something for materia on there, but you don't need anything. But you can go through the game and powerhouse as a materia build, or you can powerhouse as just like a physical attack build. Whatever you want to do. It's fun. It's fun to set your goals however you want. Come up with your own challenges for playing the game. Because at this point, like, if you can't play the game blindfolded, then you've never played the game before. Now there's no timer for it because essentially it's a remote start. They explained that in the remake. Because I was always wondering why that one, like, you had the time limit, but you never actually had a time limit for the second one. So, remote start, remote detonator. Something to notate on all. Let me just go ahead and... I've never been very good at her limit breaks. Because she's got the slot machines and everything. But yeah, something to notate is the all materia kind of makes your materia attacks weaker. Like more diluted than the alternative, which is no linked all materia with the magic materia. That's the benefit of the linked materia slots versus the single materia slots, is you can link support materia like your blue materia and everything with your magic materia. That's pretty much the only reason for it. But I remember I was like, why is it sometimes I can use fire on all characters, but then sometimes I can't? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. I was trying to figure that out for the longest time. I figured it out. The all materia helps you to attack all enemies on the field, except for the ones like if you got some in front of you and behind you, you can only hit one side. So, but yeah, whew, that's why. Good old poison. Poison and darkness. Let me get my gang set up a little bit better than what they are now. I completely forgot about that moving forward. So those guys can be close. Barrett's got to be in the back. So Barrett can do the same damage from the back row than he can the front row. There's basically no reason to have Barrett up front. This always used to give me such a hard time. Because there's no countdown. There we go. Third time's a charm. I'm gonna save it this time. Let's see. I'll save it over this one. This was such a better version of what happened. It makes zero sense. Like, why would the president be right there? Like, whenever they're actively trying to kill him, it makes zero sense. But it was just so much more pompous and arrogant, and just added to why you hated him so much. Because he was just willing to be right there and be like, you guys are just dumb. So I usually beat the Airbuster in essentially 2 moves. But I didn't waste, but I used my Braver limit break earlier. If you strike the Airbuster in the back with that Braver, you'll do like 600 some odd damage to him, and that essentially ends his run. Like, he's gone real fast. There's really no point in fighting him any longer, but I didn't save it this time, so I'm actually going to have to fight him. I think this is the first time I've actually had to fight him past my first time ever fighting him. Because I usually always held onto that Braver whenever I figured out about that. Because this guy used to give me a heck of a time. He's not that hard. He's not that hard, he just does a lot of damage. Come on. So anytime someone uses Limit Break, it basically overwrites anything else that you had in the queue. So they're gonna go before Cloud, even though you selected Cloud's move first. He should be gone here in a second. Always keep your characters topped off in health. It's just a general good idea. Yeah, he's gone now. He's... well, I thought he was. Oh, that's interesting. Usually that's enough damage. Yeah, he gone. He gone. Titan Bangle. Titan Bangle's pretty good. I mean, for an early game item. I know, Tifa. I don't know if I can hold on. And Barrett says, stop acting like a... And game over. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, sorry if you can hear my feet tapping on the ground. So this is like one of those moments in the game. It's like, who is he talking to? But you don't really think about it until later. Like, you forget about it pretty quick. Like, I don't know who he was talking to. Well, just someone in his head. They really jumped into that early on in Remake. They put a video to it, which is, it takes away from the mystery. There's a lot of stuff that they did that took away from the mystery of certain things in that game. Kind of removed some elements that made the game what it was. But, I mean, by this point, mostly everyone knows the story, so it's kind of hard to get that back. So I guess they just kind of leaned into that. Which makes a little bit of sense, but I'm not a big fan of it. I wish they would have tried, because we could have kept guessing if they would have added in like new things here and there, but like kept that mystery, or like I don't know, turned some things around. I don't necessarily think like changing anything. You are the slum drunk. They didn't necessarily need to like change major things, but if they changed enough stuff, it would have kept the people guessing. I don't even necessarily think that they needed to change anything, just add new stuff in that would have kept them guessing. This used to be my favorite character in the game. I had her on my team no matter what. I am going to change her name. That's what it should have been. Mike Tyson would never have gotten that one wrong. I always thought it was awkward how he just came in and just stood there. I did like the change for that in the remake. It made a lot more sense. They didn't make Reno as goofy as I was hoping they would. They made him a lot more edgier. Oh yeah, I know you. Basically, the Turks are essentially like Secret Service for the president, and that's one of the Turks. And they kidnap. They do a bunch of different stuff. They, take people out. And they're like a very corrupt version of the Secret Service. But they have a heart, to an extent. Alright, where am I at? I'm an hour in. Yeah, I think for this recording, we will get. I want to say we'll get to. Well, let's see. Let's see where we get. If I decide that we need to stop early, then, I'll let you know. I do have other videos I need to get to, but, I can. If it bleeds into Sunday, it'll bleed into Sunday. It'll be fine. Oh no! Guess we gotta throw some barrels. We gotta do a barrel roll. Hold on a minute. Don't fight him because you suck at fighting. She doesn't have like any materia right now. But let me see if I can equip her. Nope, I can't. Can't even equip her with anything. I should have taken the time to. It's this one up here. And go. It's this one over here. It would be nice to have triple slash. So many nice moves in the remake. So fun to use this guy, like Cloud. I main this Cloud every single chance I get. The one thing I don't like in the original that the remake has spoiled me on is the Buster Sword is kind of moot by the end of Midgar. Like, it's completely pointless to use it. I just love that sword so much, though. It's so cool looking. There's a bunch of good swords in this game, like cool looking swords, but the Buster Sword's by far my favorite. That's where Cloud came crashing through, I would wager. Oh, wow. Cloud and Earth have an unnatural attraction to each other. I wonder why that is. And just FYI, I don't do the whole Cloudy or Clarith thing. It just accept it for what it is. I don't know, like, relationships are not important to me in video games. Like, choose whoever you want, be happy with that. It's a video game character. I don't care how things ultimately pan out in their personal lives. Oh, look at that, 14 damage. I'll get cross slash here soon. I think that marks Braver number 4. I think I need to do it 3 more times to get cross slash. I kind of like how Braver's one of the attacks that you can just use willy-nilly, but kind of wish that they followed the more familiar limit break system in the remake. But we're not playing the remake right now, we are playing the original. And the original is baller. Let's see. Materia, give her restore at least. Equip her with Titan Bangle. fire and lightning. Love this cutscene that happens in here later. It's so sad. It hurts every time I watch it. I'm like, that to have them make you feel something for pixelated characters like this is impressive. Like, I feel more emotion from this game, those pixelated characters, than I do in most modern games. Now, there's a game series that tends to do this very well is Metal Gear Solid. They make you really attached to certain characters, and then whenever they're going through a hard time, you feel bad for them. I'm looking at you, Otacon. Alright, let's do this thing. Let's go to bed, go to bed, go to bed. Now, I always get caught trying to leave. I don't really know what I run into all the time, but for some reason, I'm always running into something. Yep. Son's running around upstairs right now like a crazy person. Uh-oh, I think I need to charge my headphones. It's the first time I've ever had to change them, or charge them. They last a pretty long time. Get that. I've never seen those there before. Oh, see, I have no idea what I even walked into there. It just seems to happen sometimes. Daggone, boy. Sometimes I get right to that very bottom step, and then she comes out and gets me anyway. Yeah, I don't think I've ever just gotten through there. Now, I could come in here real quick. I always like robbing this kid of his precious coins. I always like stealing his coins. I don't really know what that does. I think it just gives you 5 gil, but I don't think it has any other repercussion, which I think is interesting. And if you go this way and snake up around here, you still won't get away from her. Almost. It's like they're just like, no, you can't skip Aerith. You can't get away from this. I try every time and fail every time. Because I don't want her to suffer a fate. Now, this part right here, I always had a really... like, there's no depth to it. Oh boy, there's Hell House. I love this fight in the remake. It's so cool. I'm so glad that they didn't like steer clear of this. I'm so glad that they just leaned into it wholeheartedly. Like this fight needed to happen. I thought it was a little overboard, and I was kind of upset that it wasn't just like a random encounter, but I'm also glad that it wasn't a random encounter. Let's see. Yeah, this game has a difficulty setting, FYI. Most people don't consider it a difficulty setting. I'll show you what that is. Let's see, if I go in here and I go to configure. So battle speed is in the middle right now, so essentially right now I'm playing it on normal. If I move it to fast, you've got to calculate and think faster. If I move it to slow, you can kind of like wait. You can also move the ATB to active, recommended, or wait. If you put it on wait, the enemies aren't going to attack you while you are waiting. Like, it'll take the ATB, like whoever activates their move first, and it'll stack them like so. But they won't just attack you non-stop. Like right now, how I have it set up is it will, they'll attack me while I'm trying to think, and they can attack me 2 or 3 times in that period if I don't think fast enough. Whereas if you activate the wait ATB, then they will just wait until you have attacked once, and it's like a true turn base. Battle message. I always like putting that on slow. And then field message, I should always put that on fast. But we'll go with that. Let's see, I'm about an hour and 20 some odd minutes in. So, yeah, we'll push this one through, I think, probably close to the end. Come on, let's do this thing. Let's get up there. Let's have our little date, our datesy poo. I love everything about this game. Aside from the Midgar section. The Midgar section for me is very slow because I want to get into the main crux of the issue. And I don't like the story that you have to tell as Cloud. I like the story. I don't like replaying it every time that I want to get through that area. Just like I don't like replaying the Midgar section. I'd like to be able to just start and just run through. But, I mean, you gotta accept the things that you don't like about the things that you love. So, it'll be what it'll be. I really enjoy this game. Thoroughly enjoy it. It's my favorite game. My favorite game series is Metal Gear Solid, but my favorite game specifically is Final Fantasy VII. And this game stood the test of time for me. It's the one game, aside from the Metal Gear series, that I just continuously go back to. Like the one game that I don't feel is... I know while it's dated, it feels like it held the test of time. Like it's still fun to play. There's still a lot of things you can do. Whereas with things like Halo, stuff like that, Let me see. I forgot. I needed to go this way first. This is always fuzzy to me. Let's see. This place doesn't interest me. Alright, now I know where she is. Now I can go and attempt to save her. If you come back here later in the game, you can finish up a lot of different things that you were wanting to get here. Like you can find, I think, like missing parts for the machine. Like where the, well, I think Tifa's ultimate attack is in that claw machine. Well, I'll show you later. Yeah, there's stuff that you can find here that you have to wait till like way late in the game to get. I'm wondering if they're going to do that in part 3. That'd be great if they did that in part 3. Alright, now we're going to go dress up like a girl. It's a lot of back and forth for this one. I did think it was humorous, though, the Honeybee Inn section of the game, where it's an optional thing here. It's like a mandatory thing in the remake. I did like that. It was pretty funny. Like, if ever there was like a inclusive aspect to a video game to be implemented, it would be this portion. Like, it makes sense. Like, it doesn't feel forced. And they leaned into it just like, you would think they would, but, it's fine. I thought it was a great addition. I mean, a great addition. I thought it was done well. Like, I knew that they were going to kind of go a little overboard with it, but, I mean, that, I think, added to the game. A lot of people probably didn't like it, but, I mean, if you played the original game, you know it's there. So, like, you shouldn't have been surprised by it. Let's see, I need a wig. I'm going to have to go get a wig. Give me the cotton dress. But yeah, it was fine. Like, Andrea Rodea is a new character-ish. Like, he basically serves as all of these people that we're talking to right now. The guy and the other shopkeeper, and yeah. But they went about it very different than how it is here, but it was fine. Now I'm not going to do the Honeybee Inn part, just because I'm trying to hurry up and fly through Midgar as fast as possible. It'll definitely speed it up now that I've got the field message boosted. I can get a stinky wig if I do this. So it's square, X, circle in that order. Got it. Don't need to practice. Square, X, circle, 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 square, X, circle. Alright, So I had 21, he had 17, so that's good. I think my highest count was like 23? I don't remember. You can't press square X circle very fast, you gotta do it like in a rhythm. So it's kind of like a set number. I'm pretty sure that 23 is the highest you can get. I might be wrong on that. Now the squat game in the remake is a little bit more intricate and thought through. And so is the pull-up competition. That one was rough. I had a really hard time with that. I just beat it my last playthrough. I was surprised I was able to actually beat it. I didn't have a trophy to gain for it, so I didn't really feel like doing it, but I did it. Let's see. We'll go ahead and run on up there and go free Tifa up. Yeah, I think we'll get all the way through this, or we'll get to the Shinra Mansion. That's what I think we'll actually do. No, we'll get through not the Shinra Mansion. Shinra Headquarters. I think we'll actually get all the way through Shinra Headquarters. I want to do the crazy motorcycle stuff. That's always fun. Yeah, I think we'll get through this. And yeah, like I said, it'll go by a little bit faster now that I've got the field battle or field message speed turned up. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. Sometimes I'm just a prick like that. Just a little prick, just a little prick. Come on, move a little bit faster. I mean, I could bump it into 3 times speed, but let's see. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. I'm cute! Alright, let's do this thing. Come on, let's do this thing. Let's talk to her. Come on, okay. Oh, I'm glad you're okay. Plug my ears. Yeah, stuff, things said. Yep. So essentially, all that they were talking about was like, why are you in this place? Oh, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. One thing I didn't like about Tifa that they did in the remake is Tifa in this game is pretty sure of herself. And in the remake, she seems very timid. Like, she seems like a kind of a go-getter. Like, she was overly dainty and overly powerful in the remake. Now, if she was, I don't know. I've probably got a crappy take on this, but like, if she had presented herself as like more sure of herself and whatnot throughout the game, it would have felt more in line with her character. That she could just kick butt, kick booty, take names. But since she's so like shy or whatever, it felt wrong. It didn't feel right. It felt pretty terrible. Alright, so he chose Tifa, which is great. Though canonically, apparently, he chooses Cloud. Which that's funny. But yeah, this part of the game is a little... This was weird to me whenever I was a kid. I was like, what the heck are these people doing? Like, they're just like walking like zombies. I don't understand. What are they doing? They're just fucking horny as all get out. Lear snicker. I ain't interested in a bunch of scrubs like you. I think you have to actually talk to all of them. It's weird. There we go. It's a man. Yep. Didn't notice the giant sword, did you? I also think that it's very weird that you guys just came equipped with all that stuff. If you were planning on getting it on. And fight them. No. I do like the fact that Scotch and Koch were more of a thing in the remake and Rebirth even. Like they didn't just go away. They're not throwaway characters. I mean they're semi-throwaway characters, but they kept them around, which was great. Oh man, I could have used that limit break. Oh, I still can. And I think he has like a double attack. I don't think that's 2 attacks. I think that's just 1. Just to ensure that I don't die. Because I can't remember if my health comes back whenever I fight the boss. But... Oh man, I need more coffee. Let's go, Aerith. Let's go. Come on. But man, does he got some daggone swagger up there. Not hokey at all. I don't... Yeah, oh well. Whoa, she's got stank clothes on. Yeah, so this is where he's telling him about the plate being dropped. Or that's the plan, at least. Obviously, he's afraid for his nuts. Because they're basically just threatening to rip them, chop them, and smash them. And there he just said it. It's going to be like Sector 6 all over again. So Sector 6 dropped at some point. I don't really know the actual story for that. Like if that was just a construction mishap or if that was an intentional dropping. But I think it was a construction mishap. But Sector 7 is the next one. Like, they're actually gonna drop it. Like, that's what they're discussing right now. Like, go take care of it, go do it. They're real pieces of crap. Oh, it's 503. I'll get to the Shinra building. I think that's where I'm aiming for. Once we get to the very bottom of the Shinra building, I'm gonna save it, and then we'll save that one for the next Retro Week. And hopefully, I'll have a little bit better of some charisma to play this game. So this sewer section is like 3 scenes long. So not much. And they turned it into a whole freaking thing. How in the heck did I... That is interesting. I didn't realize that you could do that. Get a preemptive attack on them. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to. Hold on to that. Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten a preemptive on that. That is the very first time I've ever seen that. I think there's something wrong with the game. Maybe they pushed some sort of update. And now it's just doing what updated games do. Break. That's why I always used to keep Aerith on my team, by the way. Yeah, 10 damage. Let's see, who takes the most damage here? So let's heal Tifa. Cure on Tifa, and limit break with Tifa. And beat rush. Yeah, basically, as long as you keep your characters healed up, I mean, you'll be fine in this game. Oh, wow. I just healed her twice. I wasn't thinking, clearly. I think he's done now. I think that was it. Oh, no, it wasn't. Aerith's gonna have to heal herself. There goes. No, I'm pretty sure I've got cross slash. I'll get it at the end of the battle though. Oh, I didn't. I think maybe I have to use it one more time then. Might have miscounted. But I'll have it by the time I get out of these sewers, I think. There's a sense materia. Or steel. Oh. Maybe it has been too long since I played this game. I don't see how her limit does the same amount of damage that her regular attacks do. guess. But not by much. Bum, ba-da, bum, 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 ba-da, bum, bum, bum. There it is. So it was just a miscount. Let's jump down. Let me heal these guys up real quick. I don't want to use potions. I want to use magic. Don't really care if she has the ability to cast anymore from here out. Someone's laundry's done. Oh, wait, yeah, I do actually. Oh, well, yeah, I can use her healing wind. It's not like it's gonna matter. It'll at least get me further along with her limit breaks. Don't shy away from using your limit breaks is basically the gist of it. Now, as long as these characters are just killing a bunch of different characters, I can get into the next set of limit breaks, no problem. I hope that they have Judgment Day in the Northern Crater. I hope that they don't axe that song. I think that's the biggest thing that I have that I'm worried about with the next installment. Like, they ditched the Birth of a God song for the one that they were, like, I don't remember exactly what it was called, but oh dang it, I forgot that can down there. Birth of a God is the song that you fight Sephiroth to, his first version at the very end of the game. And I liked that song, but they ditched it. And it's sad to see it go. I'm really hoping that they include it in the next installment, because they didn't have it this time around in Rebirth. I think actually that was probably my biggest complaint, and if that's my biggest, well, second biggest complaint. My first biggest complaint is, what's it called? The weapons are hideous. Now, they haven't awoken the weapons yet. So, I think I might just need to shut up. There will be spoilers, FYI. Yeah, I don't feel like dealing with ghosts. Ghosts are obnoxious just because they disappear and reappear. But yeah, this is a whole section of the game, and it doesn't fit very well with the flow of things, like how it all goes. But on this one it does, because you feel like a little bit of pressure, like you gotta hurry. But in the remake, it's like they completely missed the point of this entire section. Like, you just had to detour and there's an emergency situation you need to attend to, and you're being bogged down. And because you got bogged down, you weren't able to stop it. Spoiler alert. Grabbing this right now. There's also like a whole boss fights and everything throughout both the chapters leading up to this. I'm like, we went through 2 full stages and a boss fight. And their chapters are long. Yeah, this is the boss. Let's go ahead and bump her ether up. She gonna need it. Get some of that magic back. Now I can take that guy down. And heal up some of our guys. Wow. Oh no. Mono laser. I mean, this is kind of like the hell house of this section. Not exactly crazy to, worry about, but definitely has some health. Dang it. I guess I get that thing out of my way, but I'll put it right back in my way. It's okay. Just takes a little bit longer, that's alright. We've got all the time in the world. Oh yeah, for these I can just bloop, make it much faster. That ×3 is something I'm going to keep forgetting about. Stop it! Whee! And dun, 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 dun. Gunfire up above us? No way! Wedge! For anyone that's played the remake and has never played the original, you's about to learn something today. Alright. You stay with Wedge. He needs it. Oh, come on, get on the stairs. I guess I better say something. So this is where Biggs is. It's not way up in the air, like way up high. Ooh, thanks, don't worry about me. Yep, I'm not worried about you at the moment. I'm gonna hold on to that. Oh yeah, I do need to equip her with some stuff. So Cloud's just gonna have to do the fighting on this one. This is kind of one of the major reasons as to why you should always have materia equipped. Is because if you don't want to use your limit breaks, then you got to. But, I mean, it doesn't really matter, ultimately. So I'll just go ahead and I'll use them. Whatever. Cross slash. Cross slash will freeze your enemies too, which is nifty, and I don't know what the actual reason for that is. So we're going to give her restore and fire, and yep, that's what we'll do for now, and then that way if we forget to do that for Barrett, at least we have those two, so. Hi, Jesse. Yeah, she's in rough shape. Dun, 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 This is very hard to think about things to say while you're recording it. It's much easier to stream whenever you can have a conversation with people. But whatever. Don't really need the all. But don't really have any reason not to use it either. I basically never use steel or cover. I'll use steel if I'm trying to max out my character's stats, but I'll also, or no wait, it's morph. So maybe I don't use steel, it's morph. Anytime they're stuck in the triangle, you immediately try to get them out. If you don't get him out of the triangle, he will trap all of your characters in it. And then it's game over. They don't just stop being there. You've got to actually break them. Found that one out the hard way. Yeah, he's going to be down here in a little bit. He's pretty easy anymore. There's really no... Oh, that was a critical. There's pretty much nothing new with this character. He's pretty much the same way to fight throughout the entire game every time you fight him. Except he doesn't use the pyramid all the time. Actually, might not even use the pyramid at all. And there we go. Now it's time. The game also used to be pretty humorous. Well, the humor that they try to do anymore is rough. With the remake and whatnot. I don't know. It just didn't fit. Like, this used to not take itself super serious. So I can't tell. I don't know if you know, but Aerith's up there right now in the helicopter. So they caught her. They're taking her back to Shinra HQ. So Aerith is what is known as an ancient in the game. An ancient or a Cetra. Cetra is the true name for them. Ancient is just what they call them. And they are the original stewards of the planet. Meaning they can communicate with the planet. So anything that dies, they can essentially talk to them in the afterlife, in the life stream. The life stream is basically Mako. Mako is what the reactors are pumping out. The reactors are what you destroyed at the very beginning of the game. So, like, come full cycle here. That's pretty much what's going on. Is they were after her because the ancients are supposed to lead them to the promised land, which is basically the land filled with Mako energy. So they could build like a Neo Midgar and like live extremely wealthy and super happy and enriched, fully enriched lives and everything. This is a terrible scene. This is crazy. Like, just imagining being in that position. Like, looking up and just realizing your day is just crap. You drew the bad straw. And he's just fine with it. So, yeah, I don't like him at all. Let's see how this footrest is. Oh, actually, you know what? This footrest is kind of nice. I like my knee up in the air. Ooh. I'm not usually one to sit like this, but I mean, I guess it works. It kind of gives me something to prop my hands in. You know what? I do like this footrest, you know? And let me unlock this. I can lean back a little. Oh. Yeah. There we go. That's comfy. Let me move this mic a little bit closer. Oh yeah. That's great. I like it. I don't have to sit upright the entire time. No, this is pretty comfy. This is a hard scene for me. His buddies, basically. Like, all the people in Avalanche just died. And he thinks his daughter died. Yeah, Barrett. He got one heck of a heart. He takes things really hard. I don't think I like laying all the way back while I'm doing videos like this. I'll sit up a little bit. Move the mic. Hopefully that didn't like make a whole bunch of sound for you guys, but you know, we'll find out. And he just walks away. So we are getting pretty close to where we're gonna be at Shinra headquarters. So getting pretty close. Shouldn't take me too long to get there. So 2 hours, that's not too terrible. But Shinra HQ takes me a good little while. Since I don't really need to hear the game, I guess not a huge issue for me, but I don't have my headphones on. Takes me out of the game a little bit, so I'm probably just gonna be doing some you know. Why not? It's fun, I think. Hopefully you guys think too. Suicide drop. Let's go get us some Titan bangles. Really be able to lay the hurting into them. Put the fear of God in them. Be doing the Lord's work. This guy are sick. Yeah, this is a sad cutscene too. I mean, it's not a cutscene, but you know, sad part of the story. This game kinda only has a few cutscenes. There's Biggs and Jesse. Or at least it looked like Biggs and Jesse. Oh, there's Aerith's mother. And there's Aerith. When they was little. Well, and dead. this part's pretty rough. This part of the game's pretty rough. What do you think about it? War is ugly. So, Marlene is safe. It's terrific. Now I'm going. I usually would watch that cutscene, or not cutscene, but I'd go up there and see that moment, but I want to get this part on the road. On the road again. It's time to get to Midgar, or Shinra headquarters. Let's go. Just FYI, I kind of understand, or I kind of know that these videos are crap. This is pretty much just for me to get started and get into the habit of doing this stuff, because I do want to actually make content, like real content for this channel, not just streams, not just whatever. Like, I actually want to, upload stuff, which I have reviews on the way. My first review being Final Fantasy VII Remake. I've learned a lot from that. I've learned to be less long-winded because editing has been a pain in the butt. But I think I'm going to start doing some smaller projects for now. And I'll upload those as well. So once the Bloodborne and Final Fantasy VII streams are done, I'll upload the review, and I'll also be uploading the smaller projects that I've got banked on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So streaming Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and uploading videos Tuesday and Thursday. That's my plan. I'm going to try to stick to that. I don't want to upload anything over the weekend. I want the weekend to basically be nothing unless it's maybe shorts. Like, I could go with shorts. Let's see, get that. Get that. Oh wait, I should have got the mithril ornament one. Why didn't I do that? I'll sell those. That sucks though. Oh well, I can just make my money back. There, all good. Because I will spend most money on tents, and then I'll just go to a save point and get all that stuff back. Let's see, what am I going to equip? Oh wait, go back and equip her with this. Now we can back out, add any kind of materia that we didn't have in there before, just for materia growth's sake. And I think Aerith has some materia in her inventory, but maybe not. So once we get up top, that's pretty much it. So it'll just take me a little bit of time to climb this here golden shiny wire of hope. And yeah, we'll get on up there and save the game. And then we'll continue the recording at a later date. I'll probably have some more interesting things I can think of to talk about. And, you know, or maybe I'll just address the situations that's going on in the game instead of like really looking at all the other stuff. You guys don't need to hear about like what my thoughts are with remake and whatnot whenever it's not prompted. We'll go with that. Just understand that this is my first YouTube channel, like first actual official one, and I'm just kind of trying to get into the flow of how I want to make the content. I'm not entirely sure yet. Streaming is a good way to gain viewers, at least to get it started and get the consistency up. But I'm basically just going to be figuring it out when I can. I don't have anything set in stone right now. But let me know what you guys want me to do. If there's something specific, I'll do that. Let's see, this used to be a pain. Yeah, it still is. Too early. I don't remember exactly where this one needs to hit. There we go. Now I can go over there and I can get something out of that. But I don't know if I want to deal with that jumping thing again. Just feels like it takes too long. But I'm going to do it, I guess. Because I just started going down. It's essentially 750 gil out of it, so. Alright. I wish that I would have started a YouTube channel a long time ago and just uploaded a bunch of stuff all the time, but I don't think I had any, I didn't think I had the money for it. Alright, so there's Shinra HQ, marking the end of the video, essentially. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully my commentary wasn't too boring. I know it was a little rough, but I don't think it was too terribly boring. I hope not. But no, if you guys liked it, leave me a like, comment on the video, subscribe. I know that a lot of people talk about that, but I mean, I can't emphasize it enough. It really helps. If you didn't like the video, comment in the video and let me know, and I'll make some adjustments. I'll figure some things out. Like I said, it's a brand new channel. I've still got a lot to learn. I've got, like, I want to make my own specific stuff, and I don't know, it just, I always feel like there's sometimes too much that goes into things with some people's videos. With mine, it's just kind of like leisure, at least for the streams. Like, I don't have any script or anything I'm going with. I just come in and do it. So, but yeah, that'll be it for this stream, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.